Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Purls Pyrs podcast. I am your host, Nina, otherwise known as Ine on Ravelry, Instagram, Pinterest, and Blue Sky. And I want to thank you all for joining me. Thank you, new viewers, for checking me out, and returning viewers for coming back. I appreciate all of you. So, my last podcast, was out of order. And a couple people asked me about that, but I had earlier footage that I had never edited. So I decided to just throw it up there, and at least you guys would get to see it because I never shared my finished cardigan, and so I wanted to do that. And yeah, I had other whips that maybe I hadn't shared recently. The bug bite behind my ear, that's annoying. Oh, I cannot wait for autumn. So it is August 10th? Question mark? I'm not sure. It's the beginning of August, or the second week. Excuse me, the second week of August 2025. And yeah, I am coming to you from a very gray, about ready to start storming central Connecticut. So, I have some finished objects to share and a couple of whips to share, and maybe a future project. One of them that I mentioned on my last podcast, before the one that was back in time podcast, was a test knit, and I didn't have it with me, so I can show it to you now because I do have it with me. So it is the Summer Session Tank by Samantha Guerin of Samantha Guerin Designs. And I test knit this, and it came out the end of July, maybe the beginning of July. I feel like the beginning of July because I've worn it quite a bit. So it is it's work top down, and you kind of work the back, put it on hold, pick up, work down the front, and then join it and work it in the round for the rest of the way. So I knit it out of Plies and Hellhound's Winnow base, which is a linen blendy blend. Hang on. I'll show you. It is wool and linen. It doesn't say what kind of wool. That's why I couldn't remember. This was the color that I got after I finished this because I really love how it wears. And I want to have a short sleeved tee out of it. So this is Heartwood that I purchased 2 skeins of. It's a really good yardage. It's 509 yards per skein, so pretty generous on the yardage. This is the wrought iron colorway. Did I make any modifications? I think I did work some waist shaping, but otherwise, no, I did not make any other modifications to the design. So that panel comes together on the sides, and then it continues all the way down the front, and the back is just a plain back. You can see through it at the gauge that I have, but I just wear it over top of a tank top because I don't personally like the look of just a bra underneath, but some people style it that way, and I think that's cute. I just don't have the guts to do that. And it makes it really nice, like professional, if I have a tank top underneath of it. I've worn it to work with skirts and with jeans. And I've also worn it with like denim shorts, just out and about. Yeah, so it's really nice. I really like it. So Summer Session Tank, highly recommend. And I'm going to stay standing up because I've got another one to show, and it's really far. Okay, so the other one just came off my needles yesterday. This is the sweater number 12 by My Favorite Things Design, or My Favorite Things Knitwear. So I knit this out of Knit Picks City Tweed DK. My friend Sue pointed out that the pattern actually lists fingering, but then if you look at the description, it says a fingering plus a mohair held double equals fingering. It does not. A mohair and a fingering held double equal DK. And the gauge is definitely DK. I tried to do it with fingering weight and it's too tight. It's too small. So you could do that, but I think you'd have to go up a size. But I knit mine out of DK weight. So I was only able to get one purple stripe on the body, and then I ended with this blue stripe. But on the sleeves, they were slightly longer, so I was able to end with a purple stripe. So I got double purples on the sleeves, which I think is nice. So it kind of finishes it off well. I don't remember the colorways names. They are in my Ravelry project page, but I'm really looking forward to wearing this in the fall. I think this is going to be one of my rainback sweaters. I would absolutely knit this again. I kind of want to knit one and try to steek it and make a cardigan out of it, because it's made in this, what is that called? Broken rib, I think. Pattern. It's just really nice and mindless, and I love the increases, how they just come out of the neckline so nicely. And because it's all in that broken rib, you don't actually have to do a ribbing. You just kind of knit it till it's as long as you want, and then you bind off. And the same for the sleeves. Like, there are decreases in it, but once I was ready to be done, I just bound off and that was it. So yeah, I really, really like it. It's very cozy, and it's going to be so warm and nice in the fall and the winter. So yeah. Very much enjoyed it, and I did use all but one of my main color balls of yarn, so I'm glad I got extra. And yeah, so that was nice. And then, excuse me, I finished one of these socks. This is one of my 12 cast-ons for this year, 2025. Angela, who's the host of the Yarn and Yarns podcast, every year she does a 12 cast-on party. So anytime between Christmas and the end of January, you cast on 12 objects and then you knit on them for however long it takes to finish them. I'm trying to finish some still from 2023, but this one I actually finished in the same year, at least one sock. I'm going to cast on the other one, but I'm using the needles from it to fix my other socks that I shared, the cookie swap socks, where they were too short. So I need to just, knit the extra 6 rows and then redo the toe, and then I'll cast on for the second sock. So this yarn is Plies and Hellhounds Marie Cutie in the Day colorway. And then the main body of the sock is Knit Picks Felicini in Lemon Bar. But I thought they looked really nice together. So I did a contrast cuff, heel, and toe. And otherwise it's just my standard vanilla sock pattern. And then in terms of what I'm working on, so I have this sock going as well. This one is an opal yarn. It's from the Sweet and Spicy collection, but I don't remember the colorway name. But I really like it. I like this piece, like how the heel is going to be this kind of rainbowy fun color. And this is the front of the sock. So this is just the first sock, but yeah, I'm working on my heel flap right now. And then the last thing that I've been working on, because mainly I've been working on my sweater number 12. But the other thing I'm working on is a new cast on that I haven't shared. So I cast on for the Lifesavers sweater by Tanis Fiber Arts. I bought a bunch of Tanis Fiber Arts patterns because I want to try to make the Jethro cardigan. I need to learn how to make granny squares. So this is the Lifesavers cardigan. It's really just a, you know, top down V-neck cardigan, but I don't have a lot of cardigans that close in the front. I have two open front cardigans that are heavier weight. I have the one that's the Aran weight that I shared in the last podcast, and then I have a DK weight one. There's a fly. I have a DK weight one that's the Ginny cardigan. But I don't have any fingering weight cardigans. So this one is going to be a fingering weight cardigan, and I am knitting it out of Foxtail Farms Cormo that I bought at my very first Rhinebeck. I'm kind of hoping they'll be there this year. Yeah, anyway, they had a booth last year. It was empty. I don't know why. Maybe something happened. There were a couple of people that got sick or couldn't come for travel reasons. So yeah, I'm hoping that they're there this year because I'm not sure if I'm going to have enough for this cardigan. I have 3 balls of this Cormo, but it's not like a 400 yards per ball kind of thing, because they're just like they're just a farm stand. So they don't sell online, and they only sell at fiber shows. So I think they're at Rhinebeck, and they might be at Fiber Festival of New England, maybe. So anyway, they're kind of different amounts. So I think they're close to 400, but like 375 to 400 yards per skein. So 3 of them is maybe not enough. I'm not sure, but we're gonna see. And if I have to make the, you know, 3/4 sleeves, I'll make 3/4 sleeves, but it's also undyed. So I should be able to, you know, buy more, assuming they still have that sheep. Okay. And here it is. So I am holding it with, or striping it with, a mini skein bundle that I got from Dragon Horde Yarns on the Draken fingering base, I think. It was, I think, sweater season or boot season or something like that. So it has 3 different kind of orangey colors and then 3 semi-solids. So it's got this darker, brighter orange. This is like a light creamy tan. This is a lighter orange. And let's see, what are the other colors I've got? This burgundy. This very light orangey color. I think this is like cinnamon apricot or something like that is the colorway name. I took a picture of all the colors when I had the labels, and I can't find it on my camera now, so I gotta dig that up to add them to my project page. And then this very dark midnight blue, which I don't know how well that's going to show up on the brown, but whatever. I don't care. I think it'll be fine. Yeah, so my idea is do an orange, a white, an orange, a red, and an orange, and the blue. I didn't want to do red, white, blue, so I'm doing white, red, blue. Broken up by these orange stripes. So, yeah, this is the back. Obviously, because it's a V-neck. So you do a provisional cast on, work your way down, doing the V-neck at the same time. And then when you go to do the whole like button band, you unravel your provisional cast on, pick up all these stitches, and then pick up stitches along the V-neck and down the front and work one contiguous button band collar thing. The only thing that I'm a little concerned about is that I started out with a size 5 needle here. I did a couple of rows and then I was like, this row gauge is not matching my swatch at all. It was way too loose. So I didn't want to rip it back. So I just like went down a needle size to a 4, and I hope it's not going to make it super floppy up here. You can tell, but it's also not a big difference. So I think it'll be fine. Once I wash and block it, I think it'll be fine. And if it isn't, whatever, then I'll just pick up where I did it and I'll knit the other way and do decreases instead of increases, and then go into my button band that way. Like, that's the nice thing about knitting, is if you work the other direction, it's okay. It looks the same, up or down. So I didn't care that much, and I was like, whatever, I'll go back and redo it if I need to. No biggie. So I'm working it on a size 4 now, which I like the gauge of better, and it matches the pattern better. I was concerned it would be way too big if I stuck with this more loose gauge, because I think I was getting 1.5 fewer stitches per inch than with the one size down. So it would have been really too big, because I'm working a size 40. So, you know, across multiple inches, that could be like multiple inches. But up at the top, at that point, it's kind of all the same. So that is all my projects, really, because those are the main ones I'm working on. And then I purchased another pattern that I think I'm going to cast on soon. And it is the Not to Be Missed by Unwind Knitwear. Sorry, I'm on my exercise ball. So it's from her macrame collection. Of course, Ada. And it's supposed to mimic macrame. So there's a short sleeve or a long sleeve version. I think I'm going to do the long sleeve version. And I'm going to use some nectar from Flies and Hellhounds, because I have a lot of it. It's in there. This is my Flies and Hellhounds cube, except for that bright red is Shirsty Cat design. That is also Flies and Hellhounds. So Flies and Hellhounds, Flies and Hellhounds. And there's 3 balls in front that are Flies and Hellhounds. And then otherwise, this is kind of mixed. Oh, there's some Flies and Hellhounds there too. And there. This is all my colorwork yarns, like my pure wool for colorwork mittens or hats or whatever. Yeah, so I think I'm going to try to do this in a, like, green, maybe. Because I have, like, an olivey green, and I also have more of a dark foresty green. So anyway, I just have to decide which one, but I'm going to do the long sleeve v-neck version, this one right here. And I think that'll be nice. She worked it in a, I think a yarn that has alpaca. So the drape will be kind of similar. Yeah, she used baby alpaca silk blend. So yeah, I think nectar will be a great substitute for that. Yeah, so that's basically all I have to share for right now. Yeah, works fine. It's busy. And we're getting close to when the kids are going to go back to school. So we're preparing for that. But yeah, I don't have anything else to share, so I will keep it short and sweet. Thank you all for joining me. I hope that you are staying safe, that you are finding little bits of joy where you can. And I know things are hard right now, but yeah, we just have to all be in it together, right? So until next time, I hope you get time to do the things you love, and I will see you soon. All right, bye.